You know what's the worst thing ever? When you actually make a full video, start, editing it and doing what you need to do to put it out, and then you realize that something is wrong with the video. And that's what happened to your boy today. So this is my second video, but guess what? That's part of the package, right? You want to be a YouTuber, right? Well, these things happen. So this is my second video today. First one I had to delete. But it's not a problem. It's not a problem. We're gonna do it all over again. So listen, welcome to DFS Experience for Saturday, February 26th. We got a 6-game slate. We're gonna start with DraftKings. We're gonna start with Point God, DeJounte Murray, the afterthought of the All-Star game, because the NBA thought they were doing us a favor. The NBA thought they were doing him a favor, doing us a favor, adding him as an afterthought when he should have been starting instead of Wiggins, but who am I? All that being said, DeJounte Murray is absolutely in play. Kyrie Irving's in play. There's going to be no Ben Simmons, but Kyrie Irving's still in play. Ja's in play. Trae Young's in play. Van Fleet, now listen to this. Toronto was absolutely dreadful last night, looking for them to bounce back. I absolutely think that Toronto-Atlanta is going to be a high-scoring game and a close game. Potentially even an overtime game. That's just how I feel. I just have that feeling looking at it. So, Van Fleet, Trae Young, if you find value, don't be shy to play both of them on the same ticket. You feel me? Okay. Fox has been better with no Halliburton. Drew Holiday is fine. Kyle Lowry, not for me. Kobe White, Ayo. Listen, they're 4th and 5th options. I'm not paying $6,200, $6,400 for 4th and 5th options. I go against my rule. Ayo is he does a little bit more things. He gets a little bit more assists. He's a decent defender, gets his stocks, his steals and his blocks. Yeah, we know that, but if you're paying over $6K for a player, you want him to be second. You want him to be second option. Third option at worst. And when I say third option, I mean he's got to be a hell of a third option. But you're talking about a 4th and 5th option at $6,200. That's mind blowing. They need to be $1,500, $1,000 less to be viable. You think Ayo? What's the likelihood of Ayo getting 38 fantasy points with Vucevic, DeRozan, and LaVine on the court with him? Exactly. Let's continue. Monte Morris is fine. Melton, I prefer him to start. Davion Mitchell, okay, prefer him to start. Neto, if he starts, he's an okay player. A little price. Okay. Smith, you know what Smith is. And a good one, if he starts, he's okay. I'm not playing Dragic. And that's it. You play anything down there, you lose. Let's continue. Shooting guard. Zach LaVine's in play. Middleton's in play. Absolutely. Gary Trent Jr. is in play. Gets a lot of stocks. Will Barton's in play. Desmond Bane looks good. Hero looks good. Curry looks good. Bogdanovich, he looks a little bit overpriced, but he is okay. Cam Thomas, listen, Kyrie's back. Cam Thomas, Vassell is okay. Be careful with Pop's minutes. Avdia, you prefer him to start. D'Anthony Mount, we spoke about him. Patty Mills, Kyrie's back. Curry's starting. Patty Mills, you're useless. Have a seat. Herder, he's in play. Kispert, no. DiFrancesco off the bench for Sacramento, 4,500, a little bit too steep. If you're going to play him in some lineups, playing him about 1 to 5% of your lineups. That's about it. Let's continue. Duncan Robinson, listen, absolutely not. If you're new here, you want to know how I feel about Duncan Robinson, I'll tell you this. If terrorists had my parents hostage and tied up and gagged and said, listen, if you want to release your parents, you got to play Duncan Robinson on tonight's fantasy festivities, then I just have to say goodbye to my parents because I will not play Duncan Robinson. Let's continue. Caldwell Pope, haven't played Caldwell Pope since the bubble. Let's continue. This is Justin Holiday? No. Larry Walker? You want to take a shot? 1 to 5% of your lineup. That's about it. Cedi Osman, if he starts, he's still a bum. Cedi Osman, 5% of your lineups. Don't overdo it, or it's going to be an early Saturday night for you. Let's continue. Smooth forward. Butler's in play. Gary Trent, we spoke about that. Harrison Barnes is in play. Bogdan's in play. We spoke about that. Aaron Gordon's in play. We spoke about that. Scotty Barnes, OG's out. Play him. He's cheap. Bruce Brown, no. Grayson Allen, no. Okay, let's continue. Yep. McDermott, no. Listen, Isaac Okoro, you want to play Isaac Okoro? That's on you. Isaac Okoro could give you 35 fantasy points, or he could give you 4 fantasy points. That's on you. I don't play players like that. He's too dramatic for me. His fantasy points are too volatile. I need players in every single spot that I know they're gonna play over 30 minutes. They're going to take 10 to 20 shots. They're going to get a little bit of stock, and they're going to give me a chance. They're going to give me a fighting chance in hell to hit value. Isaac Okoro does not do that for you. Okay? So you play Isaac Okoro and you lose? Remember this memo. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Let's continue. Power forward. Giannis is in play. DeRozan looks pricey. He's in play. MVP candidate. Been scoring 35 points every single game for the last 15-20 games, something like that. Let's go. Sabonis, I told you the guys two videos ago, I said Sabonis was going to pop off. He dropped 60 that night. It's only a matter of time. Sabonis is a top tier player in play. Siakam, I haven't watched the Toronto shit show from last night, but I will watch it at some point tonight, and I'll figure out what I'm doing with Toronto. Toronto should play a lot better. Siakam's in play. Kuzma looks overpriced. He's in play. Jaren Jackson Jr. could give you 15 blocks a night. Listen, he's in play. Absolutely. As long as his price stays here, he's in play. Mobley's in play. 5-10% of your lineups. Don't go too crazy. Marketing, 2% of your lineups. Don't get crazy. Keldon Johnson is fine, but remember, he plays for Pop. Kevin Love, 6th man of the year. 6th man of the year. 6th man of the year in play. Brandon Clark, 2% of your lineups. Don't get nuts. Gallinari, 0% of your lineups. Don't get cute. Serge Ibaka, you prefer him to start. Let's continue. PJ Tucker will always be PJ Tucker. Let's continue. James Johnson, no. Hodgson, no. Everybody else, no. Blake Griffin, absolutely not. Thaddeus Young, I don't even know if this man got in the game last night. Let's see. Thaddeus Young, 21 minutes, 13 fantasy points. Listen, I've been saying this all season. Toronto has a lot of wings. Siakam is a wing. Barnes is a wing. Achua is a big. Birch is a big. But they do take outside shots. Gary Trent is a wing. Right? Now you're adding Thaddeus Young. Thaddeus Young doesn't shoot from the outside, but, you know, he could be considered a borderline wing. But he is a power forward. You think I want to play another guy like that? No. Absolutely not. Let's continue. Center. Jokic, absolutely. Vucevic, play him. Bam, yes. Jared Allen, yes. Jacob Poeltl looks pricey. He demolished these guys last night. I don't know. Let me see. 53 minutes, 58 fantasy points. The game before that, 32 fantasy points. 32 minutes, 52 fantasy points. What else you need to know? Jacob Poeltl is a monster. When Bob decides to play him, that's the problem. It's not even. NBA fantasy is not for the players well. That's not the question. NBA fantasy now is, are the coaches going to let them play? Are the coaches going to do something stupid? That's what we're battling right now. NBA fantasy is a complete, utter shit show, period. Let's continue. Where were we? Right. Bobby Portis, yes. Capella, yes. Capella's price is going up. You want him to play over 30 minutes. There's going to be no Collins, but be careful because they like pussyfooting with Capella. Be careful. And Andre Drummond, listen, 6,300. He should be the best should be the best center on the slate. But you know, Steve Nash is going to do Steve Nash things and play him, 19.2 minutes. So, play him in like 2% of your lines and, wish upon a star. But I don't think he's gonna be able to get it done with a limited minutes and Steve Nash holding him back. Steven Adams is going to be my thumbnail because he's playing Chicago, which has Vucevic. Vucevic plays a lot of minutes. Steven Adams, they're going to need Steven Adams to try to contain him in the process. Steven Adams is like a type, a point center. He gets assists, he gets rebounds, he gets his stocks. Steven Adams is a smart player and he doesn't waste minutes out there. Steven Adams, 5,400 is my lock of the night. Let's continue. Anybody else down here? You want to play me bigs? You lose. Tristan Thompson, you're going to lose. Anything else down here under Steven Adams? Remember my theme of the night. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Let's continue to FanDuel. Alright guys, listen. If you're new here, this is what we do. We drop NBA videos every single day. If there's an NBA game to be played, there's a video to be made. We already know the slogan. Now, let's continue. This is what we're going to do. If you're new here, subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video, let YouTube know that I'm straight fire and I'm giving you winning plays. Other than that, yes, I do have a Patreon linked in the description, but we're at the end of the month. We don't do Patreon at the end of the month because it recycles every first of the month. So what we do, if you need help, you can do a day pass, you can do a week pass. Straight fire lineups updated right before lock. That's any sport, whatever it is today. MMA, baseball, cricket, tennis, clay shooting, duck hunting, fish hunting, whatever it is. I don't care. If it's a DFS sport, I have projections. Let's continue. We're gonna go to point guard. Let's go to point guard. All right. We already acknowledged Kyrie. He's in play. Ja Morant. Listen, Ja Morant twists his ankles all sorts of ways and comes back and plays the next game. TJ Warren, I don't know what happened to TJ Warren. He's been out for like 3 years. He's been out since the bubble. People are breaking their ankles and coming back before TJ Warren. What's up with Paul George? What happened to Harden? I thought Harden had a hamstring. He was looking great last night. Wasn't Harden looking mighty fine last night with his step backs, right? Yeah. These NBA players are full of shit. They don't be hurt. Or they be exaggerating so they don't play. They're bums. Let's continue. DeJounte Murray on FanDuel is too cheap. Lock him in. Trae Young is too cheap. Listen, Trae Young, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not going to check right now because I'm on my second video and I want to get this out here. I believe he's top 10 in points and top 10 in assists. And Trae Young is 9,200. Pay attention to that. Look at real stats sometimes when you apply your DFS players. Don't always look at fantasy. Look at real stats. Listen, DFS, I keep saying that DFS is a lot of moving parts. You got to look at a lot of things. And there's no columns on the court. So I think that gives Trae Young a few more shots. You know what I'm saying? But who am I? Let's continue. De'Aaron Fox is in play. Van Fleet is in play. You get a lineup. Throw Van Fleet and Trae Young in the same lineup. When that game stays close to the bitter end, you'll be thanking me. Drew Holiday's in play. I don't like Lowry. I don't like White. Curry's in play. Monte Morris is okay. Raul Neto, he's a little pricey for me on FanDuel. Same thing with Goodwin. Patty Mills, Melton, too pricey and too spicy. Ish Smith, listen, as much as I like Ish Smith, coming off the bench, you think he's going to give me 30 fantasy points? Listen, if your goal is not to get 6 times value from each spot, that's what to do. Close your phone, close up your laptop, exit the app, throw your laptop in the ocean, and go find another hobby. Because if you're not looking for 6 times value from each spot, you're doing this all wrong. Dust yourself off and try again. Let's continue. No. Everything down here is trash. Remember the theme of the night. Say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Let's go shooting guard. DeRozan's in play. We know that. Butler's in play. Levine's in play. We know that. Gary Trent's in play. Listen, Gary Trent, it's a bit too pricey, but he gets you 4 steals along with the rest of the stuff that he does during the contest. You'll be happy. Gary Trent's in play, but I prefer Chris Middleton. Kobe White at 7K on FanDuel is an absolute crime. Somebody called SVU. All right. Bogdan Bogdanovic, 69. He looks a little pricey, but there's no Collins. That means usage goes up. You see me? You feel me? No Collins. No Collins. Usage goes up. Usage trickles down to Trey Young, Bogdanovic, Herder, and a little bit to Capella. You know what I'm saying? So pay attention. Let's go. Desmond Bane's in play. Ayo, I don't think so. At 6,200. Listen, he can hit value, but what's the probability of him hitting value? You got Vooch, you got DeRozan, you got Levine. You think they're gonna have bad games and Ayo's gonna be the star of the show? You think so? At best, he's the fourth option. Let's continue. Bruce Brown, no. Tyler Hero, yes. Why would I play Bruce Brown when Tyler Hero, Seth Curry, and Will Barton are cheaper? Can somebody tell me that? Alright, listen. FanDuel fell asleep at the wheel. Let's continue. Vassell is in play, but he works for Pop, and Pop plays in a few minutes. You don't get all you can out of Vassell. Your night is over early, and then you're mad. Listen, I warned you. Be careful with Popovich players. Cam Thomas, listen, buddy. Listen, Kyrie's back. You're 5,500. I don't think so. Lonnie Walker, you want to take a shot? Have at it. You're probably gonna fail. He works for Greg Popovich. Herder's in play. And anything else down here, DiVincenzo, you want to take a shot? I know he does a little bit of everything. You want to take a shot at DiVincenzo? 2% of your lineups, 1% of your lineups, have at it. Everything else down here, say it with me. You know the deal. Let's continue. Small forward. Okay, we're going to play Giannis. Okay, yep. Kyle Kuzma's in play. Yep, okay. Harrison Barnes is in play. Avdia, I don't like playing Avdia, but listen, I'm not going to play Avdia. I'll be honest with you. You got Tyler Hero, $200 cheaper. That doesn't make sense. If you want to take a shot at Avdia, 1 or 2% of your lineups, may God be with you. Keldon Johnson, he plays for Pop. Decent price, but he plays for Pop. That's the thing. Be careful. Scotty Barnes is in play. Lauri Markkanen, listen, he's not a dog. He's a puppy. He's not aggressive. 1% of your lineups at best. Gallinari. Okay, Gallinari. I play Gallinari in no percent of my lineups. Absolutely not. I don't care who's out. Collins could be out. Trae Young could be out. Doesn't matter. Gallinari's not that guy. Let's continue. Okay, everybody else down here is trash. And when I say trash, I mean DFS-wise. I know this is YouTube. Everybody gets offended. Oh my God, he called them trash. Listen, they're trash for DFS. Let's continue. Sabonis. We spoke about Sabonis. He's in play. Bam's in play. Mobley, be careful with Mobley because him and Aaron take away from each other. Jaren Jackson is fine. Allen, 6,800. I play him at power forward. Any chance I get to play center at power forward, I grab it. Who else? Kevin Love, 6th man of the year, 4,800. Look at this, 4,800 Kevin Love. You know what he does in short minutes. I shouldn't have to tell you. If I have to tell you what Kevin Love does, then you haven't been doing this correctly. Pay attention. Last man in 4,800. Fire up Kevin Love. Jokic, Vooch looks great. Pirtle looks great. Capella, be careful with Capella. Steven Adams is still the lock of the night for me. Andre Drummond, I would love to play Andre Drummond, but Steve Nash. That's about it. You play anything under Steve Nash? You play anything under Andre Drummond, then you know what's going to happen to you. Alright, listen. About to go to Yahoo. If you're new here, well, not if you're new here. Well, yeah, if you're new here, we're about to cover Yahoo. If you don't play Yahoo, you don't care for Yahoo, that's fine. If you're going to leave, thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Hit the bell on your way out. Thumbs up on your way out. And I'll see you tomorrow. For the rest of you, let's jump to Yahoo. So, where are we? Okay. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to go to point guard. And Murray is fine. Morant, Young. Any three of those, you can't, are fine. Any three of those are fine. Holiday's okay. Fox is okay. Larry, no. The Sumno, no. Listen, the Sumno and White, you want to take a shot on one of them on Yahoo? Be my guest. Because it gets a little bit different here on Yahoo. Ish Smith, $10. You want to take a shot? Have at it. Be very careful. 1% of your lineup. Don't overdo it. It's going to be an early night. Kyrie's in play. Levine is in play. Gary Trent's in play. Tyler Hero, Desmond Bane's in play. Barton's in play. Vassel's in play. Herder's in play. DiVincenzo, believe it or not, is in play. But, you know, a few lineups. Don't go nuts. There's nothing down there that we're going to need. So let's continue. Small forward. Butler's in play. Middleton looks good. Barnes is fine. Bogdan is okay. Seth Curry is fine. Cam Thomas had to hold back. Obviously, if he started, is okay. Not the greatest thing in the world, but you can play somebody. And there's nobody else down there that we're going to play. Giannis is fine. DeRozan is fine. Kuzma's okay. Mobley. I prefer Jackson. Scotty Barnes is okay. Kellen Johnson is okay. No Boucher. Nobody else down here will play. Jokic is in play. Vooch, Siakam, Sabonis. Siakam has a questionable tag. If Siakam doesn't play, then you fire up Scotty Barnes and Van Fleet. You heard me? Alright. Sabonis and Adebayo is fine. Jared Allen is fine. Jacob Poeltl is fine. Andre Drummond, I play him in 2% of your lineups. Don't get too crazy because Steve Nash will bury you. Portis is fine. Capella is fine. Steven Adams, my lock in the night on all 4 sites. On every site, I'm locking in Steven Adams. Glover's in play. And Serge Ibaka if he starts. You want to get cute and play DeMarcus Cousins at $11, 2% of your lineups. And that's it. So if you get cute at center, it's going to be the quickest night of your life. Promise you that. And SUPERDRAFT, my reason play Young, DeRozan, Morant, Van Fleet, especially if there's no Siakam. Kyrie's in play, Levine, Holiday, Fox. No Larry for me. Gary Trent's in play, Bane, Hero. Then this is where it starts to fall off. Bogdanovich is in play. I don't like Barton too much with Jokic going crazy. Seth Curry's in play. Kellen Johnson's in play, but be careful. And that's it. That's it. Forward. Giannis, obviously. We spoke about DeRozan. Butler's in play. Siakam. Sabonis. Kuzma. Levine. Middleton. Mobley. I wouldn't go too crazy on. Jackson is fine. Gary Trent is fine. Portis is fine. Scotty Barnes, especially if there's no Siakam. Harrison Barnes is okay. Kevin Love is okay. And then it starts to fall off. Absolutely playing nobody down there. After Kelvin Johnson, don't get too cute. And last but not least, the few centers that are on my player pool: Jokic, Vooch, Bam, Jared Allen, Pearl, Drummond, 2% of your lineups, be careful, and Adams. Steven Adams. If somehow Siakam didn't play and they started Boucher, I play him, but if they don't start Boucher, I'm not messing with him. And that's about it. I'm not playing anyone under Steven Adams. Listen, you play anyone under Steven Adams, you lose. I'll tell you that right now. So that's about it. Listen, thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience. I know the video is a little bit late, but, you know, things happen. But listen, good luck to you. Any questions, throw it in the chat. If you need help with lineups, hit me on Twitter. On your way out, subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video. You already know the deal. Listen, I'll see you guys later. Ciao.